Yeah, same. There we go. Welcome to LOCKBEARD Random line number 98. Stacey Abrams live. It's Monday, September 26, 2022. Just couldn't let this one go. They lie all the time. For those of you like Mark down there in Australia, you maybe never heard of Stacey Abrams, American politician. One of the more worthless ones. They just lie. But this is just stupid. People are just all over her ass too. But it's so goddamn stupid. Meredith was first in chat. Said hello to my chat friends and LOCKBEARD. I hope to see you all later. And please hit the thumbs up button and make a comment. It helps the channel out. Thank you. She got here hours ago. I don't think she's waiting here the whole time, but Angels in the chat, welcome. Mark standing by says good day to Angel and LOCKBEARD. Good day. Good day, good day. Uncle Bones is here, welcome. Chessboard says, where the hell do these ammo baby come from? What? What the hell? Ammo baby? I don't know exactly what you're saying. I'm going to need a translation on that one. Uncle Bone says to Mark, good day, good to see you. Yowie researchers, huh? Dean Harrison. Night Vision. I've seen that video. I just don't know if we can know for sure that, it's not, I don't think it's conclusive. I mean, they could have just thrown somebody out in the woods. So, paid somebody $50 to go run around naked. You know what I mean? Like thermal's probably never going to be conclusive. I mean, it might be interesting. It's just we're going to need something else for evidence of that kind of stuff. Redacted. Lowrider series says it begins. Welcome to the chat, Lowrider. Bigfoot Barbecue, welcome. Rexand, welcome. Ernie, welcome. Getting all your highs and hellos in, I see. Uncle Bone says, oh, me, bah. LOCKBEARD, come on, you went to college. Oh, me, bah. I still don't know what you're talking about. Oh, you mean amoeba. So there you go. Yeah, you're spelling it right now. The one-cell creatures like Abrams, the amoeba. That's hilarious. I used the word amoeba earlier today. That's hilarious. It's really been really weird. Like I used the word amoeba for totally unrelated subject earlier today. When I was over at Joe's chat, I used the word, well, twice. There's twice I've used the word in one of my comments. And as soon as I tapped it in, Joe's saying it. Now, Joe didn't have time to see those words. Joe didn't have time to see those words, but 2 times Joe said it. And then here you are saying, using this word amoeba, like it's pretty, how likely it is that that word's going to be used, or any of those words. I'm trying to remember what it was I said in the chat. Ironclad. I said ironclad in the chat, and then Joe's saying ironclad, like just as soon as I stuck it in there. There's no way he had time to see that comment. I don't think. Emma Johnson's here. Welcome. How's it going? Welcome to the chat. So, yeah. So Stacey Abrams, she has got everyone on her ass. As long as you know the peer review. The peer review. Yeah, she's got everyone on her ass. Because of this comment right here. And it's a real short clip.
There is no such thing as a heartbeat at 6 weeks. It is a manufactured sound designed to convince people that men have the right to take control of a woman's body away from her. There is no such thing as a heartbeat at 6 weeks. It is a manufactured sound designed to convince people that men have the right to take control of a woman's body away from her. 6 weeks. It is.
So hopefully, I don't know if the sound's coming through very good on that. She said that the fetus doesn't have a heartbeat at 6 weeks. It is a manufactured sound to convince people that men can. There was echoing. Let me see. Let me mute myself and then play it again, and then hopefully it'll come through.
There is no such thing as a heartbeat at 6 weeks. It is a manufactured sound designed to convince people that men have the right to take control of a woman's body away from her. There is no such thing as a heartbeat at 6 weeks. It is a manufactured sound designed to convince people that men have the right to take control of a woman's body away from her. No such thing.
So could you hear it then, Mark? Yeah, like I said, you may not have ever heard of Stacey Abrams, American politician, who, you know, why are you playing? I didn't tell you to play. You know, like most of our politicians, spews a bunch of bullshit and lies all, pretty often, but this just got damn ridiculous and has kind of insulted some people. But she's sitting here basically telling everyone that's ever had a baby that listened to the heartbeat with their doctor that was completely manufactured sound. This claim is so goddamn ridiculous that she probably just lost the election. She probably, hopefully. I mean, there's a lot of voters out there that are dumb as fuck. They will vote for the Democrat, period, no matter what, no matter how stupid the shit they say is. There's Republicans that are the same goddamn way. They'll vote for Republican no matter how stupid the shit that comes out of their mouth is. They must what they come in on. Oh, little politics today, little politics. Uncle Bone says, Mark, you would not like what she says. Better to not hear. Little Writer says, LOCKBEARD, I want to know how long I should refrigerate my whiteness to keep it fresh. I'm not even sure what that means. Yeah. We're gonna look at some people telling her she's full of shit. I like the put a clip from Hodge twins on stuff like this because just because I think well, the first part of the video we're not gonna listen to it. They make fun of the gap in her teeth, but delusional sore loser says Low Rider, yeah. great night tonight. Yeah. Ernie says she has the brains of a turnip. Yeah, probably so. Jen says hi, everybody. Welcome, Jen. Yeah, see, good to see Bigfoot Barbecue back in the fray. Chessport says, makes my skin creep just listening to the brain dead amoebas. They are crawling out of the woodwork and promise free shit that does not exist. Yeah. And they fall for it over and over again. You remember Obama phones? Obama phones. Obama phones. Fucking people just buy into like the son of a bitch. It's crazy. Ocean Pond says blubbery Georgian politician. I sense blood in the water. Yeah, probably so. Probably so. Let me get this down. Look at an article here. New York Post. Hold on a second. This used to be a lot easier, StreamYard. I don't know why it's changed. Don't know why it's changed. It's changed to make everything harder. But what are you gonna do? I'm glad to see you have a show. Thanks, Bigfoot Barbecue. Uncle Bone says, "Does just for you watching the downfall of this nation makes me sick? All the bullshit." Yeah, it had to fall. I mean, it's artificially being held up right now. It really is. Like economically, it's a complete failure. It's being held up artificially. You know, an economy, it needs to be allowed to find its own balance. It's just like an ecosystem. The best thing, don't go out and help the creatures unless you were the one that caused the damage and the harm. But you know, this is why it's best not to, interfere, because interference causes a problem and makes the animals dependent on your assistance. So it's really best most of the time not to do it. The economy is the same way. Don't interfere, but they're always doing stimulus bills and bailouts and all this bullshit. And this economy is not in balance. It's being held up and propped up, and it's like a boat with a bunch of holes in it, being held together with baling wire and duct tape. So yeah, that alone, and of course, if the economy collapses, the nation's definitely collapsed. But this whole thing's being held together by lies and bullshit. The money doesn't have any actual value. Run around naked for $15. Obama phone home. Something wrong. Dream to see this is my 75 years. Yeah. Mark says we have brainless wankers down here too, Lockbeard. Many are from the Greens political party, in my opinion. With you. All over the world. Yeah. Well, they're more connected than people realize. I don't believe for a second all these governments are the separate things they pretend to be. Just sub Lockbeard later. Hey, Mr. Hugh, welcome. Feel you. Okay, so this is an article, New York Post. There's a couple comments in here that I think are, interesting, worth looking at, different perspectives that I didn't think of. Title states Stacey Abrams faces backlash for claiming 6-week fetal heartbeat is a manufactured sound, manufactured by the man, by the patriarchy. Progressive. See how they give themselves that name. We're progressive. It sounds like it's a good thing, right? Yeah, progress is good. Sometimes it's good, but not the kind of progress they're talking about. They're talking about some insane, fucked up shit. She's facing fierce backlash after a clip surfaced of her declaring that there is no such thing as a fetal heartbeat at 6 weeks, insisting that it's just manufactured sound designed to control women's bodies. There's just a quote. You just heard her say it, though. No such thing. She said it was a manufactured sound designed to convince people that men have the right to take control of a woman's body. Crazy. Abrams' jaw-dropping remarks were shared on Twitter by the Republican National Committee last Wednesday, and the reaction against her was swift. Meghan McCain said, "Hearing my baby's heartbeats at 6 weeks is hands down one of the most exciting, liberating, and most beautiful moments in my entire life. Hands down." Stacey Abrams is a very sick person to say this and somehow accuse doctors of faking fetal heartbeats. Dr. Kelly Ward, chairwoman of the Arizona GOP, said, "This woman not only again proves she's a total idiot or a liar or both, but also shows how gullible her supporters are." Sports commentator Michelle Tafoya says, "So, Stacey Abrams, when my male doctors told me they could no longer hear my baby's heartbeat, as I lost pregnancy after pregnancy, was that fake too? Did they manufacture the absence of my baby's heartbeat in order to force me to terminate the pregnancy?" A spokesman for Abrams' campaign said she supports the guidelines established by Roe v. Wade and Planned Parenthood versus Casey, in which justice found a fetus was viable at about 23 weeks. She stated her support for limits in line with Roe and Casey. The doctors have been clear that the so-called heartbeat law is not medically accurate, says Alex Floyd, whoever that is. According to the American Pregnancy Association, the fetal heartbeat can be detected at about 6 weeks. So is she no more than them? I'm all for some of these organizations, but this one here, I'm not seeing it. Mount Sinai. At 6 to 7 weeks, the baby's heart continues to grow and now beats at a regular rhythm. So, in 2019, Kemp signed off on legislation banning abortion at about 6 weeks of pregnancy, when then became law after the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade in June, which then became law. So they're backsliding a little bit on this issue. I don't know if I want to talk about a particular position on abortion. I'm just saying that she just made a completely stupid, ridiculous claim. Of course, most of the people here are involved with the Bigfoot community. We're very familiar with ridiculous claims. Wikipedia even changed the definition of reception. Lowrider says, even Dr. Bombay is laughing at that biatch. Discord says so-called charismatic people are a very dangerous breed. Rex Hand says just goes to show stupid people can talk to themselves into anything. Discord says Uncle Bones, that was a hell of a crew on that plane. Some village is missing an idiot, says Lowrider. Yeah. Indeed they are. Our politicians are lying all the time, and people just believe them, and they're, they wonder why, people like me don't believe anything they said. Like they just told us we had an illness. I don't know what I can get away with saying. You know what I mean? Because they censor you. YouTube behaves just like Nazi book burners, right? They'll shut down the channel again. They'll shut down for a week there because I said some stuff they didn't like, and deleted the videos. That's modern day book burning. That's what we do these days because they want to hide the truth. And the truth is the politician said it. It's a goddamn lie. The media pushed it for them. It's a goddamn lie. There are multiple indications that it was a lie, that the entire thing was a fraud. They trashed our economy and scared the shit out of everybody, and injected people with some criminally poisonous shit. And they're going to get away with it. They're going to get away with it because they got enough Americans convinced it was real. None of these people, not one of them have seen actual proof that it was real. And so that's where we're at. People like me are fighting an uphill battle, trying to tell people, saying, no, look, they lie. They have lied. They did lie. There's multiple things that indicate the damn thing was a fucking lie. But people aren't listening because they're convinced, oh, my doctor said I had. Well, your doctor is fucking wrong. He's fucking wrong. And I told you the reasons why he's wrong and how he might not even know that he's wrong. That's the thing. He might not even know that he's wrong. Chessboard says, makes me think I'm in the land of Oz. Oh, I am. You possibly are. Ernie says, on another kamikaze mission. Yeah. Another short clip about this this issue. Dr. Nicole Saphir rips Stacey Abrams over 6 feet heartbeat remark. Hold on, let me get this going.
I'm waiting to see what's going to happen on social media. I'm waiting for those warning signs for misinformation labeling, because this was a flat out lie. And facts matter, especially when you're talking to people, and especially when you're in politics and you're wanting people's votes. I mean, unfortunately, people are going to believe what she has to say, but I'm going to just deliver the truth and point out her law is a complete lie. So at about 3 weeks after gestation or after conception, the heart, the cells of the heart, the myocardium, starts to rhythmically contract. So really, the heart starts beating at 3 weeks. Yes, you can start seeing the heartbeat 5 to 6 weeks after conception on the ultrasound, but that's only because it's so small and because of all the other structures are in the way with the pelvis. But that heart is contracting very easy early on. It is not a conspiracy. It is not anything to do with what she's talking about. And I think that she needs to be held accountable for the lies that are coming out of her mouth.
Yeah. I'll shut that down. Yeah, we're still rolling. YouTube ain't shut us down yet. Here cometh another one. Here's the Hodge twins. They had a thing or two to say about this as well. fan's running hard, so I don't know. Looks like everything's still functioning okay. Why? Okay. Just making sure we were still rolling. Just a second. I'm gonna play this video, part of it anyway.
Hey, but anyway, this woman, I've seen this woman say the most outrageous and verifiably provable lies.
But up until today, I've never seen her fact check. Yeah, I mean, this video just came out about abortion. I can't even believe she had the audacity to say what she said in front of people.
This woman is disgusting.
This is laughable what this woman said.
Well, not really, man. She's on stage with a bunch of black people. They'll believe anything.
Coming from a black Democrat.
Yeah, they'll believe anything.
Yeah, that's the one thing that hurts the black community the most. When they go to vote, like for their political leaders and stuff, that black people's loyalty to people that look like them, that look like us, with the brown skin,
and to Democrats too.
It's just.
I mean, black people.
White man can come in and say, "Hire me. I'm gonna get Amazon to come down here. It's gonna bring 25,000 jobs. Average starting salary is 100,000 a year. Stacey Abrams come up there. Hey, that white man, you hear what he just said? He's racist. He ain't gonna give y'all no jobs. He's gonna give them to the white people. Guess who they gonna vote for? The gap tooth bitch. Our loyalty to other people with our skin color is just mind-numbingly stupid.
Yeah, black people is a monolith. Monkey see, monkey do. I should have said that. That was,
you shouldn't. No,
I shouldn't want that. That's across the line.
No, I mean monkey see, monkey do. That's a metaphor, but you can't use it.
Oh man, they're gonna say I'm racist. They're gonna say I'm calling black people. I should have said that. That was a bad choice of words.
Go ahead and apologize.
That was racially unsensitive.
Yeah, it wasn't racist. It was racially insensitive.
Yeah, I'm not racist, just racially insensitive.
Yeah. So you apologize, right?
I apologize for shit.
Hey, check out this video sheet. Oh man.
There is no such thing as a heartbeat in 6 weeks. It is a manufactured sound designed to convince people that men have the right to take control of a woman's body away from her.
That shit's manufactured.
Yeah, it's a conspiracy. White men came up with this great conspiracy that, hey, when women go into the hospital, we're gonna have a pre-recorded sound in the background, and when we put out the ultrasound, they're gonna hear that. They're gonna think it's a heartbeat, though.
Yeah,
because we want to be in control of women's bodies. I mean, that's batshit crazy. She gave this speech in front of Morehouse College. Well, she's at Morehouse College. That is a prestigious black university.
Yeah, and you see black people surrounding her. There's black people in the crowd, and that's what gave her. That's what empowered her to say this crazy shit, because she know that black people, when it comes to politics, it's a monolith. She can go out there and say anything, so long as she's disparaging white people or men.
And there you have it. You know, she didn't say specifically white men, but on that stage, but you know that's where it goes. That's the racism coming from the other side. Now they'll claim that there is no racism coming from them, that they can't possibly be racist because they changed the definition of racist, right? They try to say you have to be in a position of power, and because they're a minority, they can't possibly be racist. But we all know that's absolute complete fucking bullshit, and we see them being racist all the damn time. Some people that fall under the description of black, and they're racist. Now these two guys aren't, obviously. I mean, they joke around, but they're comedians. They go around, they tour. They're comedians. They you know, and they're conservative, and they're speaking out against this bullshit. They're trying to tell the black community that this bullshit actually harms them. If they elect that bitch, that dumb, she's willing to sit up there in front of college educated people and lie her ass off. I mean, if they had any sense to them, if they had any sense at all, they should have booed her off stage. Get the fuck out of here, you dumb bitch! You cannot come in here and just lie to us. You know, she's almost being racist against her own there, because she's assuming that they're just going to eat whatever bullshit she spits out because she's black and they're black. Well, here's two black men who aren't going to just eat up any bullshit you say, Stacey Abrams. You goddamn liar. Take your race baiting and your anti-patriarchy, hate the man bullshit and fuck all the way off. Fuck all the way off. It's not working anymore, folks. It's not working anymore. Ocean Pond says Dims. No, she's an embarrassment and a sore loser. Yeah. I hope so. I hope so. I hope they send her packing and she's never running for office again. You know, we just went through all this bullshit with this whole supposed virus, this claim that unproven did not fucking exist. Uh, prove it. Somebody prove it. Somebody goddamn prove it. Don't fucking tell me. Fucking prove it. Provide actual proof. Anyway, where people, like, they were silencing people, Nazi level censorship of speech. This is America. We're supposed to have freedom of expression. Even if you're full of shit, even if you're just a straight up lying, you should be able to say whatever the fuck you want. Now there should be social repercussions. Like in her case, there should be social repercussions. People should be laughing her off the goddamn stage and not voting for her. But you know, as you saw, I mean, of course, that was only a short clip. You know, who knows what happened afterwards? I don't know. I haven't seen anything beyond that clip. But yeah, they were censoring people, saying, "Oh, you're giving medical misinformation. If you said anything other than the narrative that they were pushing, you were misinformation." There's all this. They're. I mean, I can't believe Americans fell for this shit. Misinformation. We're going to shut you down. We're going to shut down your ability to freely express yourself in America because it's misinformation, because we said so. And the messed up thing about it is we know it wasn't misinformation in a lot of cases. They're giving us misinformation. They're lying. You know, this government that finally had to admit that UFOs were a real thing, that denied what thousands and thousands of people were seeing in the sky for decades, and lied to us. And so the same people who recognize that, you know, in the whole UFO circles, they see that and they know, and they'll complain about it. They'll say, look, you know, yeah, the government lied to us about that for decades, and finally just had to admit because too many people were seeing it and there was too much video, and it was making the government was going to start looking too much like a straight up liar. They didn't start fessing up, so they had to. But they lie about everything. They lie about everything. They lie about what the Civil War was really about. They lie about what a lot of these wars are really about. You know, a lot of these soldiers, some of these soldiers aren't thinking. You know, they just go over, follow orders, do what they do. You know, kill some people and come home. Some of them didn't come home themselves, but a lot of them are coming back with a different perspective on things, and they're pissed off. They're pissed off because they know These wars aren't about what the government claims they're about. They know. We were never in any threat from any of these ridiculously less militarily capable compared to us, many of these nations. They might not be straight up third world level, but they are nowhere near able to defeat our intelligence and our military at all. I mean, there's no way we spent 20 years trying to chase down, people in Afghanistan. There's just no way. Any of those nations, if we really needed to defeat one of those nations, is a shit 5 minutes. 5 minutes. They know exactly where every leader is. They say, oh, he's hiding in the cave. Don't give me that shit. You guys knew exactly where he was. Then it starts looking like there were some connections with him and people on our side. Like he was handled. He was created. He was an enemy created to make the American people think that we had an enemy to chase down, and all the shit that indicated that, well, what we talked about on the 9/11 thing. Look into the 9/11 commission report. Look into like what those firemen are saying. The firemen who questioned the story, the government's official story about that, and ask some questions. Why did they ship all of that steel from the buildings to China? Well, it's to fucking hide the truth. There's evidence in that rubble. To me, that rubble shouldn't be recycled or anything. It should be stored in a secured facility somewhere for a very, very long time. It's evidence. It's evidence of a major, major crime. But they wanted to hide the evidence, so they shipped it to China. Isn't it funny how shit ends up? China is always back because China's working. China's part of this game. So they want you to think China is sitting over there and they're kind of a loose cannon and they're doing shit that no. Oh, the virus supposedly blah blah blah, the lab over there. Isn't it funny how shit? No, they're full of shit. They use China as a scapegoat on some shit and as a black hole to throw some shit into, where American people can't ever find any truth if it keeps falling into the black hole called China. Ask questions like, why did Building 7 fall? I bet there's probably 100 million Americans who still have never heard of Building 7. World Trade Center. There wasn't just the 2 towers that fell. There was another building that fell, and nothing fucking hit it. Nothing hit it. Why'd it fall? Everybody thought Jesse Ventura is crazy saying it's controlled demolition. That was a controlled demolition, straight up. It was. It was. He was not full of shit. Faith. Uncle Bone says the scary part is many people voted for her lockdown. Yeah, I know. It's nuts. It'd be nuts. Yeah. So, I mean, hopefully this was enough. Like, there seems to be enough of a backlash here that that we may hopefully see the end of her career. She lost, before, and then now she really loses hard. Maybe it's the end, and we don't ever have to hear about her again.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Yeah. Yeah, those people right there, they're the ones that are still. they're gonna still vote for her. Somebody was asking, where's Mr. Lee earlier? I haven't heard from him. He's a pretty prolific emailer, typically, so I don't know. I don't know what the deal is, if he's just busy with doing something or. Lowrider says, sad part, she's smarter than the vice president. You mean Kamala Harris? Yeah. Yeah, she fucked her way at the top. I don't know if I mentioned before. I knew. I probably shouldn't say too much, but I knew someone who was a police officer in California who actually, like, in the performance of her job, the female police officer, she had some occasions to interact with Kamala Harris, and she had some. Basically, what she said is that this whole idea that Kamala pretty much, fucked her way up the ladder is absolutely goddamn true. Chessboard says 1/2 cell voters voting for 1 cell candidates. That the number of brain cells we're dealing with? Lowrider says yes. Yeah. Bunch of clowns. Speaking of clowns.
Was it like a circus clown or a hobo clown or what?
What's the difference?
Hobo clowns are the most dangerous because they're hungry.
Yeah. I imagine a lot of people are over at Untold Radio. Glad you guys decided to check in over here, though. I'm just not. I'm not interested in going over there. I think that we're dealing with entertainment side of the Bigfoot. I think High Check is just he's just another actor. He's just another. This is more just another show. It was just another show. Finding Bigfoot, not finding Bigfoot. All of them. If they end up on TV, I ain't buying it. It's not. And he created that little network, and then he stuck in a channel that I used to watch, and I'm not going over there. I'm sorry, man. You're getting into bed with the entertainment side of Bigfoot. So, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I hate to do this, but look, if you're gonna try and play like you're on the legit side of this, where you're telling a legit story or your encounter, or you're looking for the actual truth, you need to stay as far away from the entertainment side of Bigfoot as possible. Like, don't be going over to Cliff Barackman and Bobo either. That was entertainment side of this subject, they're not finding shit. They're not actually trying to find shit. That was all bullshit. That show was all bullshit. Don't go anywhere near no money makers. And you should not go anywhere near Doug Highcheck. Entertainment side of Bigfoot. If you're gonna play like you're legit, don't get in bed with the illegit. Sorry to play hardball like that, but we gotta fucking do it. We gotta fucking do it because this shit will keep on. I mean, we're watching. Well, they talked about a little tonight on Joe's show too, but they were talking about on Nikki's show last night where fucking Dyer is trying to jump back into, and he sounds goddamn ridiculous. I mean, the dude sounds absolutely fucking ridiculous. How anyone can listen to any of that and actually buy it is they're dealing with half brain cell too. Those are some Stacey Abrams voters right there. If they're buying into Rick Dyer's bullshit, he's been caught. He admitted on Nikki's show that it was all bullshit. He scammed people twice. And now he's doing it all over again. I mean, all right, you've heard the saying, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me, right? Well, he's going for number 3 here. So I don't. Is there more to this quote? Because apparently you're going to need more to it. Because there are people falling for this shit all over again. Rick Dyer, go back to selling used cars, you dumb fuck, liar, scammer, confirmed, caught, and admitted hoaxer. Get the fuck out of the Bigfoot community. You don't belong here. Fuck the fuck off, man. Chessboard says Lockbeard Camel Toe was good friends with Joe Biden and had sheriff powers taken. You talking about Bo Biden? Is this? I don't know what you're saying there. I don't know that name, if that's the name. And had sheriff's powers taken from them when he was AG of DE. Ocean Pond says you could draw some parallels with Dyer and Abrams. Well, fuck yeah, they're both fucking liars. Both fucking liars. Lowrider says she was 12, I was 30. Where am I? Guess who? Yep. I don't know if I should go down that road or not. How old was God when Jesus was conceived again? Because Mary was 12. All right. Sorry, religious people. Sorry, religious people. Uncle Bone says chessboard evidences unseen. Y'all be talking in code. Chessboard says Bo was Brandon's son that died of a brain tumor. He was Attorney General in Delaware. The corruption is just so deep around these people. I don't know. I mean, even the election. Like, I don't know how much I can get away with saying about that. Like, fraud, absolute fraud. Obvious fraud. I mean, all kinds of shit indicating that they were fucking up. I mean, blocking poll watchers from getting in. The video, you saw the dude taping over the windows. Why are you taping over the windows? Why would you tape paper over the windows? Why would you want to? I mean, you're obviously trying to hide something. You guys are in there cheating. They cheated it. That's just a goddamn fact. YouTube censor me, I guess, again. I don't know. But it's a goddamn fact and everyone can goddamn see it. And YouTube trying to stop people from telling the truth. Well, the truth's going to keep getting told. And the more YouTube pushes, the more I'm pushing back. Right? And you see in the outro to LOCKBEARD Random Lives, 7 different live streams, LOCKBEARD Random live streams, 7 different ones have been permanently deleted from YouTube. They are banned because the stuff that I was saying somewhere in that live stream is information they want to hide. The Nazis at Google and YouTube want to hide it. And so I put on there because now it's not on, they're not all on BitChute. I'm having problems with uploading shit to BitChute, and BitChute's just not, it's like they're not even trying to improve shit. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with them. But I got the links in the description of the videos. I didn't have them all in prior to starting today with the upload today. But going forward, all the ones that have been blocked, the seven that have been deleted in the past, the links to that live stream, the copy of that live stream is over on Rumble, and that Rumble link is in the description of the videos. It's going to be in the description of this video. And they're listed, and the thumbnail, the original thumbnail that I used, they're listed in the outro to LOCKBEARD Random Lives. It's going to be like that for a while. I mean, I may never stop showing that. Even when I change the outro again one day, I'll probably still have that in there because people need to know that LOCKBEARD Random Live number 14, 27, 49, 59, 91, and 93, and I think I'm missing one somewhere. 27, something like that, or 67. I don't know. Those roughly what they are. You'll see them in the outro, towards the end of the outro, the last half of the outro. YouTube's hiding shit. YouTube is trying to hide the truth about some shit. Nazis. YouTube. Nazis. Any boy says, "What's Dyer saying now? I'm so late." Well, it wasn't on Nikki's show last night. It was on Steve Cole's show after Nikki's show. Sorry, but Nikki got on as a guest on Steve Cole's, and they were playing some clips from Rick Dyer. It's just some crazy, man. The shit's so crazy. Oh, hold on a second. Maybe I can find this shit. Does anyone know the exact name of his YouTube channel? Or does he have a Bigfoot channel? I know he's on like TikTok, but I ain't got no TikTok. So, I imagine he would probably start a YouTube channel and put this shit on YouTube, but they were playing his stuff off of TikTok, and TikTok can fuck all the way off. Let me pull. Here's a little short video that looks interesting about Rick Dyer. Lying ass, bitch ass, punk, fuck. Let me see. Let me mute my mic and I can play this.
The self-proclaimed Bigfoot tracker promises to release DNA evidence to show Bigfoot is real. That was 3 months ago. So, what do you got for us, Rick? Hey guys, I'm Andrew Dimbert for Buzz60. Lie, lie, and lie some more. Seems to be the mantra of Rick Dyer, a supposed Bigfoot tracker. In a Facebook post, Dyer admits the Bigfoot he claimed to have spotted and killed
I saw Bigfoot, and then that's when I took the fatal shot.
is fake. In a rambling and sometimes incoherent statement, Rick says, "From this moment on, I will speak the truth." He also posted this photo admitting the Bigfoot body was just a clay model. The worst part is, Dyer took that fake Bigfoot on tour and charged people. It's the second time Dyer's admitted to being accessory to a Bigfoot hoax, and he still plans to continue the tour. At this point, it would probably be easier to actually find Bigfoot than find anyone who believes him. Buzz60.
That was when 2014. So he's at it again. He's at it again. Only he just sounds crazier than ever. Like the dude sounds like he's saying he's the bestest thing ever, man. Fucking he's another goddamn clown.
Was it like a circus clown or a hobo clown or what?
What's the difference?
Hobo clowns are the most dangerous because they're hungry.
Yeah. Good to see you here, Timmy.
Level out, come on.
Chessboard says sheriffs are tax collectors and property tax sales now. Yeah. Yeah, they're not, some of them, I guess, are still constitutional sheriffs that they realize they're there to protect us, not to fucking steal from us. But yeah, don't pay property tax, they'll come show you do not actually own your property. They will take your fucking property. They have stolen your right to own property. That's an act of war. If you ask the founding fathers, that's an act of war. Like the people responsible for this, the founding fathers would not leave them standing, or at least put them in jail. I'm just saying, why are we putting up with this shit? Angel says, I think Nikki said TikTok young audience for the most part. Yeah. And that's the problem. That's why, like, I'm pretty sure the people that got duped the first 2 rounds are probably not going to fall for it this time, but they're largely not going to be on TikTok either. Like, and he probably knows that. He probably knows that. So he's getting a whole new crowd of youngins. And what's worse is they are, I mean, if they're on TikTok, they got not 100%, but it doesn't take a lot of attention span. So, you know what I mean? So it's that he's gonna watch him dupe some people again. Watch him dupe some people again. The boy says, Angel, that makes sense. Chessboard says, Uncle Bones, For a good read, search how Kamala Harris became incredible friends with Joe Biden's son. Probably sucked him off. She pulled a straight up Roger.
Here's $50.
Yeah, sucked him off. I don't know. There'll be some way to find some Rick Dyer recent stuff, though. Without getting on damn TikTok. Oh, shit.
Phuket, Thailand. Me being a 40.
What the fuck? I don't think that's who I'm looking for. Get the fuck out of here. There we go. I see brown dwarf on there. Okay, there's looks like there's two different accounts. Well, there might be three different accounts. Holy shit, that might be him too. All right, hold on. I'm gonna pull this. I'm gonna pull this tab up, I guess. This might be interesting. This is gonna be probably a wild ride. Angel says that age group has not been taught how to think critically. Under 25-ish, the school system changed for the worst. Yeah. So it looks like he's got. So I guess these are different encounter or different. I guess these are different accounts that he's got. We got. I'm counting at least 4 right now. Bigfoot Tracker, Rick the Car Dealer, Asian Love Stories, and it says his name on there. Hashtag Rick Dyer. Hashtag fuck it. And Rick Dyer Live.
Unfortunately, many people try to discredit me when I talk about Sasquatch, Bigfoot. But what I'm going to show you is
Shit. I'm not liking this damn.
a real video of a real Sasquatch. A UK film crew from the BBC followed me around on the search for Bigfoot. In August 2012, I lured Bigfoot into a homeless camp with pork ribs purchased from Walmart and deer urine. On September 6, 2012, I shot Bigfoot. In 2008, I found a body of a dead Bigfoot on a creek bank in Fall Creek Falls, Tennessee. The government, or maybe you know them as the Men in Black, took my body away from me. Lots of people tries to discredit me. They cannot deny the video. Some people may look at this video and say, look, hon, there's another crazy Bigfoot hunter. That's easy to do. I'm a realist. I understand. September 6, 2012 can't be changed. This is the best video known to man of a Bigfoot, a Sasquatch. They do exist. The proof is undeniable. This is Bigfoot. And you
I know y'all can't see that. Yeah, Coles is back. Coles is back. This board says Angel television cell phones became babysitters, plus the school system only teaches garbage for years now. He agrees. He's a self-promoter. Got to give him that. Always finding a new angle to hustle. Yeah. Well, damn it, I closed the wrong tab. Let me get that. Let me get that back. It's gonna take a little bit to load. He has a lot. Well, now I'm not back where I was. This is irritating. I try to get back where I was. There we go. Vince says true chessboard. Yeah. Let me get this back on screen. Because he did show a face in that video, but it had the video on a different tab, so. So, where's that? Where's that? Rick Dyer Live. I'll just skip to the end.
unfortunately, of a Bigfoot, a Sasquatch. They do exist. The proof is undeniable. This is Bigfoot. And yes, I'm the greatest Bigfoot hunter of all time. Unfortunately, many people try to discredit.
He's the best Bigfoot hunter of all time? Really? Let's look at his Asian love stories here. What's up with this?
Phuket, Thailand. Me being a 41-year-old man pulling 19-year-old hard bodies, anybody would go crazy. It makes you feel like a young man too. But in reality, you're still an old motherfucker. They make you feel like you're on cloud nine. You're in dreamland. But folks, it's not what it seems. Lots of people make response videos telling me they found their real love and they've been together for 5 years, 10 years, 2 years. But the thing is, she's just tricked you for that long. Because you see, there's a short game and there's a long game. And the long game is they don't ask for too much too fast. They absolutely know how to play it. And if they take you to a fucking monk, you're fucked. Phuket, Thailand.
What the fuck is this guy on about here? Let's get back to Bigfoot. I don't know what the fuck that is, but. So the other video I don't know, there's a black and white picture behind him. That was on his Rick Dyer Live. How many freaking accounts has he got? Bigfoot, there's that. Looks like the same image right there.
Today we're going to talk about tracking versus luring a Bigfoot. This is one of the Bigfoot I came face to face with on the Discovery Channel and BBC's documentary Shooting Bigfoot. So I know a thing or two about Bigfoot. First and foremost, your average Bigfoot tracker is not going to be able to track a Bigfoot. Now, with that being said, you could track it to a location that the Bigfoot has been to, but would never come across a Bigfoot tracking it. By the time you get to a location where a Bigfoot has been, he's already miles ahead of you. Bigfoot and trail cams. Folks, I have had trail cams out for years. I've never caught anything on a trail cam. And I had some really advanced trail cams that will send photos directly to your phone. Not once have I ever caught anything with a trail cam. Besides deer and bear and stuff like that. So this leads me to believe that Bigfoot knows how to spot a trail cam. Maybe a heat signature off the battery. Something that keeps them away from trail cams. Now there's one weapon that you can use to track a Bigfoot, and that is a drone. A high-flying, quiet drone. I've had plenty of footage of what I think is a Bigfoot from a drone. But the thing is, I don't release blobs, okay? Now, I can see a blob running through the forest, running behind a tree. I don't release anything like that I can't 100% identify as a Bigfoot. So you must lure the Bigfoot to you. A rack of ribs hanging on a tree. You must become your environment. So you may be asking yourself, Rick, you had an encounter where a Bigfoot came around. And the reason is I lured him to me. And it wasn't that hard because there was homeless people already camped out in the woods and they've been camping out for years. So Bigfoot got immune to people. And that was his downfall when it came to our situation. So you can track a Bigfoot, but you gotta have the skills and the equipment to do so. You gotta become your environment. Today we're going to talk about tracking versus...
Oh, shit. Anybody buying any of this? Wonder why he threw brown dwarf up here in the middle of. Oh, okay. I see. He's got a video mentioning Rick Dyer here. Bigfoot tracker, 1967 Bigfoot. More Asian love stories. Rick the car dealer. I don't want to see that. There's one we haven't looked at. I guess we'll look at that.
Unfortunately, many people try to discredit me when I talk about.
Oh no, we did look at that one. Never mind. Well, I saw the whole thing. Y'all didn't see the whole thing, but it was the one above it, I believe. Yeah.
his friends, Bob's Bigfoot roll is old news.
I've heard a lot of people say, can you believe that old Bob was really Bigfoot? That was a lot of people say that,
Bob says his secret wasn't much of a secret around here.
Well, not him talking.
You're telling me, wait, I see one? Really? Sir, you're talking to a massive Bigfoot tracker. You're talking to the best Bigfoot tracker in the universe. No one in existence has been closer to a Bigfoot than I have. My tracking skills are so good. I'm an honorary member, the Aztec Indians and the Cherokee Nation. There's no one better than me at Bigfoot tracking. But if you believe in the Patterson and Gillen film, there's so much evidence to the contrary, then you got problems. You have a one-track mind. You're gullible. Believe anything. If you believe in the Patterson and Gillen. Bob Giblin is a great guy. He is a sweet older gentleman. Very nice guy. Nothing but respect for Bob. But he's also a hoaxer. Go watch Patterson and Gillen film one more time. And try to separate fact from fantasy. My name is Dyer, and I'm the Bigfoot Master Tracker. You're telling me, wait, I see one? Really? Sir, you're Adventure Bigfoot. You now have my full attention. This is a clip of one of his fake videos that I made a couple of comments on. He said there was a Bigfoot in the background, but you see the dogs, they're not barking. They're not even looking back there.
So Rick Dyer's debunking people, huh? Big time Bigfoot hoaxer is debunking people. What the fuck?
I'm so tired of anonymous people posting crap like this. You know nothing about anything. Okay, fine. Why don't you provide some information? Why don't you provide some proof of Bigfoot? The thing is, you can't. You know I'm the greatest Bigfoot hunter of all times. I'm also the greatest Bigfoot hoaxer of all time. I'm the best of both worlds. And you sit back and you wish, you dream. I wish I could be like him, but you can't. You don't try. You just sit back and anonymously talk shit. I got an idea for everybody who's talking shit. Why don't you get out, do your own research, and concentrate on you and your research? You prove me wrong. That requires leaving your mom's house. Hey guys, what's scarier than hunting for Bigfoot? Teaching your 16-year-old daughter how to drive.
I will look you up.
And she's violent. Yeti Getters left a comment. He says you have zero credibility. And I will never believe anything you say or represent. Oh, please believe me. Oh.
I need you to believe me. I don't give a flying freak what you believe or what you don't believe. My existence don't depend on whether you believe me or not. Word to the wise. You know, if you deal with Bigfoot, Yeti, Sasquatch, you have no credibility anyway. You know, the majority of the world thinks we're already crazy. Bigfoot is a joke. 99% of the damn population. Sorry I busted your bubble with the Patterson and Gimlin footage. I know that hurt, but I'm a realist. And also the greatest Bigfoot hunter of all. Don't hate, congratulate. Thanks for the comment, though. Appreciate it.
Oh my gosh. And so has he lost his mind? It looks like he's lost his damn mind. Boy says he's hilarious. I think they're right. They were talking about this is possible mental illness. I think they may be right. I think he's mentally ill. Uncle Bone says, Timmy Boy, did he promise you a book also? Timmy Boy says, I told him no, Uncle Bones. Chessboard says, Uncle Bones, did you see the note I left you? Go back. Uncle Bones says, chessboard, where I am lost. Where I am lost. Yeah, let's see. Talk about this chessboard. He said, Uncle Bones, for a good read, search how Kamala Harris became incredible friends with Joe Biden's son. I don't know if we're going to see anything more than, I don't know. I'm just sensing crazy all over this guy. Crazy. Let me see here. Just a second. This source says, yep, lock, yep, that was it, thank you. Kamala Harris and Joe Biden's son, Beau, were close political allies and friends. From Mary Claire. Joe Biden has said that one reason he picked Kamala Harris as VP is that son, Beau Biden, respected and liked her. Beau worked with Kamala as Attorney General. I'm not sure Joe has known where the hell he's at for a long time. Like he's looking at the top of her head, like he wants to sniff it. I think he wants to sniff the top of her head. And she just wants to suck somebody off. This is written by Catherine J. Ego. 2 years ago. One of the lesser-known connections between Senator Kamala Harris and presidential hopeful Joe Biden is Joe Biden's son, Beau Biden, who passed away from brain cancer in 2015. Harris knew Beau while they were both attorney general, and the two became close. It's that relationship that partly informed Joe's decision. The history-making announcement for Harris as Joe's VP. Harris is the first Black or South Asian woman on a majority party's primary presidential ticket. Was made more personal and poignant as the two spoke about their shared history and love of Beau in their first joint appearance. What do we know about this critically important relationship, which has had a profound effect on both of them? Yeah. So I don't know if we can need to read the whole thing, but it looks like that's what you're referring to. Uncle Bone says chessboard. Okay, heels up and a coke addict. No thanks. Was he a coke addict? Or are you talking about his brother? Hmm. Yep. So basically she's just saying that nepotism. She was friends with his son, so she ends up vice president. Hopefully, man, what would be worse though if if something happens to Joe before his term is up? Would we be better or worse off with the President Harris, who would just be, they would label her as the first female president and basically steal that honor from the real first female president whenever that occurs, who actually outright just gets elected. But that may be part of what their goal is. They probably know damn good and well Joe ain't got much left in him, and that may be part of their plan. His brother was Beau's brother, Mr. I can't remember. I've lost. File not found again. Hunter. Chessboard says Uncle Bones, Brandon's wife was the former wife of Stone Balloon Bar in Newark. Had friends that knew them well. He was banging her before his wife was killed in an auto accident. Was that A real auto accident or an arranged auto accident? Uncle Bone says, chessboard, don't make me say it. Don't make you say what? Chessboard says, Uncle Bones, my son went to school with the laptop repairman that had hunt her laptop. Really? So you got inside information on all that? Perhaps you got a cloned copy of the hard drive off that laptop, perhaps? Chessboard says, Uncle Bones, say Hunter fell through the crack. Hunter fell through the crack. What a catastrophe. Chessboard, is there any like major bombshells in this? Or, I mean, it looks like it just kind of talks about just talking about her friendship with him. Harris' friendship with Biden influenced him to pick her for VP, according to insiders who knew Joe well. He values personal relationships as much, if not more, than political connections. Some were surprised by Joe selecting Harris, especially since they had clashed pretty significantly during the Democrat debates. Yeah, they did. So that was what again, like all this stuff is staged, right? They were just acting like they were dating. You know what I mean? It's all fake. All fake. These people just act like they're doing political battle, and that's it. That's it. Everybody falls for it year after year. Chessboard says, Lock, I'm removed those, okay? What? I'm not sure what you're saying there. Donald Fuller's here. He says, what's up, Lockbeard? We're talking some politics. We talked to little Rick Dyer there. Looked at some of his TikTok videos. I think he's lost his goddamn mind. I do believe he does have mental illness. You gotta stop falling off that cliff, man.
So on the issue of race, I couldn't agree more that this is an issue that is still not being talked about truthfully and honestly. There is not a Black man I know, be he a relative, a friend, or a coworker, who has not been the subject of some form of profiling or discrimination. Growing up, my sister and I had to deal with the neighbor who told us her parents couldn't play with us because we were Black. And I will say also that in this campaign, we've also heard, and I'm going to now direct this at Vice President Biden. I do not believe you are a racist. And I agree with you when you commit yourself to the importance of finding common ground. But I also believe, and it's personal, and I was actually it was hurtful to hear you talk about the reputations of two United States senators who built their reputations and career on the segregation of race in this country. And it was not only that, but you also worked with them to oppose busing. And, you know, there was a little girl in California who was part of the second class to integrate her public schools. And she was bused to school every day. And that little girl was me. So I will tell you that on this subject, it cannot be an intellectual debate among Democrats. We have to take it seriously. We have to act swiftly. As Attorney General of California, I was very proud to put in place a requirement that all my special agents would wear body cameras and keep those cameras on.
Senator Harris, thank you. Vice President Biden, you have been invoked. We are going to give you a chance to respond. Vice President Biden.
It's a mischaracterization of my position across the board. I did not praise racist. That is not true. Number one. Number two, if we want to have this campaign litigated on who supports civil rights and whether I did or not, I'm happy to do that. I was a public defender. I didn't become a prosecutor. I came out and I left a good law firm to become a public defender when in fact my city was in flames because of the assassination of Dr. King. Number one. Number two, as the Vice President of the United States, I work with a man who, in fact, we worked very hard to see to it we dealt with these issues in a major, major way. The fact is that in terms of busing, the busing, you would have been able to go to school the same exact way because it was a local decision made by your city council. That's fine. That's one of the things I argued for, that we should be breaking down these lines. But so the bottom line here is, look, everything I've done in my career, I ran because of civil rights. I continue to think we have to make fundamental changes in civil rights. And those civil rights, by the way, include not just only African Americans, but the LGBT community.
But Vice President Biden, do you agree today that you were wrong to oppose busing in America? Then,
no,
do you agree?
I did not oppose busing in America. What I opposed is busing ordered by the Department of Education. That's what I opposed.
Well, there was a failure of states to integrate public schools in America. I was part of the second class to integrate Berkeley, California public schools almost 2 decades after Brown v. Board of Education.
Because your city council made that decision. It was a local decision.
So that's where the federal government must step in. That's why we have the Voting Rights Act and the Civil Rights Act. That's why we need to pass the Equality Act. That's why we need to pass the ERA, because there are moments in history where states fail to preserve the civil rights of all people.
I have supported the ERA from the very beginning when I ran
Vice President Biden, 30 seconds, because I want to bring other people into this.
I supported the ERA from the very beginning. I'm the guy that extended the Voting Rights Act for 25 years. We got to the place where we got 98 out of 98 votes in the United States Senate doing it. I've also argued very strongly that we, in fact, deal with the notion of denying people access to the ballot box. I agree that everybody, once they, in fact, they should. Anyway, my time's up. I'm sorry.
Yep, figures. Yep, figures. There needs to be a better way to do this. I don't know how the hell. Like I keep getting an echo whenever I got video going, so I have to mute, and then I forget to mute half the time. But yeah, like Uncle Bone said here, most of the country don't get to know their candidates. They don't know them. They just vote. If they're a Democrat, they vote Democrat. If they're Republican, they vote Republican. They don't actually know anything about them. You got to do more than watch the debates, and you don't listen to anything really that they say, because most of the time they're lying. You got to dig into their past and dig hard. Comrade Bernie. She was a head nurse. Okay, you said it. Head nurse. Raptor says, so I'm allowed on your show, or will I get criticized for asking questions? Raptor, why do you always say shit? That's like, that question there is what's going to get criticized. Why do you always come in and say that kind of stuff on people's shows? Oh, am I going to get blocked here? Blah, 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 blah. I mean, why do you always say that shit? Don't, look, listen to me. Don't just come in people's chat and immediately go say, "What do I get to talk here? Are you gonna block me here?" Blah blah. No, shut the fuck up. Just talk. I don't know where you've been that you got blocked, but don't go into everybody's chat and the first thing you say is, "Are you gonna block me? Am I allowed to talk?" No, don't say that. Don't even say that. Just come into the chat and start talking. I don't know what the deal is with you. Why do you always say this kind of stuff in people's chats? And you've been here before. That's the thing. You've been here before. You know this. And yet you just come back in again and said the same thing. I'm starting to wonder if you're a damn bot and you don't know anything because you're a bot. Like, it's like you don't really know what the fuck's going on. Like, you're not really a person. Donald says, I'm going to get a remote control taser that works off my phone for when you mute. Yeah. Uncle Bone says, Raptor crazy, calm down or I will time you out. Oh, shit, man. I don't know why the hell he's coming in here even asking that. Why the fuck? You know this is a free speech zone. Chessboard says, Uncle Bones, it's great to have friends that don't lie. Raptor says, other channels have the same people on your channel like other people do. Come on, dude. What? Other channels have the same people on your channel like other people do. Come on, dude. I'm not even sure. Like, that sentence don't make any sense. Make the sentence make sense. Make the sentence make sense. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, some people are on that are here. You'll see on other channels. That doesn't mean that shit's any different here than it's always been. You've been here many times. This is a free speech zone. Say what you want. Now, if you say something people don't like, they're going to give you all kinds of shit, and we're going to laugh. If you say something, stupid or something, but I don't block people unless they just, they'd have to really be fucking around. They have to be really, really, like, properly trolling, and then they might get blocked. Donald says, he was hard on Jeff's guests, but I think he wasn't out of line with some of the questions. Oh, were you guys over on Jeff's show? Yeah, I talked about that a little bit again tonight. Like, Jeff has jumped in the bed with the entertainment side of Bigfoot. I'm sorry, but that's what he has done. if they've had a TV show on television, where TV shows are at, they're bullshit. I'm not buying Doug Highcheck. I'm sorry, I'm not buying into Doug Highcheck. And so if you got a YouTube channel and you're trying to portray yourself as a legit YouTube channel, do not get into bed with entertainment Bigfoot TV. And so I'm not going to go over the Untold Radio. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry. I like Jeff. I think he's on the side of the legit stuff. I don't know why the hell he is getting into bed with Doug Highcheck. Obvious entertainment only. He's not legit. I don't see anything that indicates he's legit. Nothing. Nothing. We, this is the thing. We're not gonna, hell, fuck. Sometimes people get all the whole damn community is kind of fucking wishy-washy half the time. One week they'll be like, oh well, we don't want to be blah 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 blah, and going too hard and just let people tell their stories. And another week they'll be like, well, we can't. Like Cole last night was saying, you got to go after them. And he's goddamn right. If they're bullshit, you go after them. If it's bullshit, you go after them. You go hard. We're not gonna. We're in the same boat we've been for decades because we're just letting shit fucking slide. We're letting shit fucking slide. It's got to goddamn stop. It's got to goddamn stop. Stop letting shit slide. You got entertainment only Doug Highcheck. Prove otherwise, motherfucker, because you had a TV show, and that's enough that we can see that they don't put you on TV if you're the real deal. They just don't. You're there to act like you're finding Bigfoot. That's goddamn it. And you come up here with your crazy ass theories, telling us some story about fucking flying squirrels or what shit. Prove that fucking shit. Can't prove nothing. God damn it. Fuck. Drawing a goddamn line. Throwing all the bullshit on the other side of the line. Don't grab onto the bullshit. Uncle Bone says Donald Fuller legit questions wrapped their ass. No worries. You get here, no worries. Jen says it's not the questions after, or it's the aggressive way you put it, that's all. Uncle Bone says, Jen, yes, like throwing snowballs. Paramedic says, come on, guys, except for the part where he said his guests were hoaxing, playing sounds off of the YouTube recorder. Raptor, is your family's nationality America? Yeah, I don't think he is. I can't get him to admit or really say much. Like, I don't think his first language is English, and there's definitely some kind of cultural. But he doesn't express himself like a normal person in America. And he, if he would just admit that and let us know, we could try to talk and or teach him how to talk to fucking Americans, because he says shit and it comes off all wrong. And he's hacking people off. And I don't want you to hack people off, Raptor. I want you to be able to come in and talk and chat and not have people, you come off wrong. I don't know if that you understand that. You come off wrong. That's it. So I don't know if you can work on that and like how you word shit. You also got to understand, like, connotation, tone. It don't come across in typed word. Whatever's going on in your head, you got to understand it. When people read those words that you type, it may not sound the same in their head as they're reading it, as it sounded to you when you were typing it. Rap says that Jen, come on, babe. How did it sound like I was aggressive. All I have is talk to text. Does it sound like I'm aggressive now? And yes, I know you're married. No offense. Donald says, yeah, I understand, Lockbeard. When they had the rock throws at Snowgrove Lake on Monster Quest, I lost any faith in that show. Yeah, I mean, sorry, you know, to Jeff. He's jumped into bed with what appears to be the bullshit end of Bigfoot. So, what are we supposed to think? What are we supposed to do with this? We're supposed to just run over to Untold Radio? No, fuck that. I'm not running over the Untold Radio. Fuck that shit. I'm not doing it. Stay right the fuck here, I guess, because I ain't doing it. I am not supporting the entertainment side of fucking Bigfoot if I can help it. And everyone that wants to be part of, you know, the legit search or trying to figure out what the truth is, and you can't jump into bed with the entertainment side of Bigfoot just because we know why. Why did he do this? I don't fucking get this. I don't fucking get this. There's not a lot of channels we can rely on to stay on the side that's legit, that's keeping it real, that's sticking to the strictly, you know, real science, real evidence, not TV show fucks like Doug Hijack. Talking about a bunch of flying squirrels landed on me. It was wonderful. Now get the fuck out of here. You can't even prove that shit. For one, prove that shit happened. I think he's probably making that bullshit up for all we know. Do we have any proof of that? Do we have any goddamn proof of his goddamn flying squirrels bullshit? And even if we do, it doesn't mean shit. It doesn't mean shit. Just because a bunch of flying squirrels landed on your scrawny ass doesn't mean that they mistook your ass for a goddamn Bigfoot and that they normally land on Bigfoot. It's not what the fuck that means. They probably planned on eating your ass. Do us a goddamn favor. Troy's here. Welcome, says Ooga Booga. Ooga Bone says, Raptor, don't attack Jen. She defended you. Chessboard says, all I'm going to say, fuck with the bee and you'll get stung. Nah, seriously. Uncle Bone says, Chessboard, he can talk about it, yes. Jen says, Raptor, let's see. So these people, not a good way to start off. I'm not going to argue the point with you. You do you. I'm not offended. Chessworth says, Uncle Bones, tell me what you think of Redacted Channel. Redacted Channel, eh? Let's see if I can find it. Goddamn YouTube. There it be. There it be. Redacted. Raptor says that Uncle Bones. I was not attacking Jen. I was making comment, talk to text. She has been good to me. I would not attack her ever. Look, if talk to text is that much of a problem, stop using it. And I don't know how it is that you can't, like, everybody else is using their phones to do all the functions on here. Like, why can't you use caps? Where's your punctuation? Like, the half the time people aren't able to truly understand what you're saying because your sentences are all jacked up and there's no punctuation, and you just, like, take the time to type it in correctly, and maybe there'll be less misunderstandings if in fact we're dealing with misunderstandings. Do not rely on talk to text. Do not rely on talk to text. Do not rely on talk to text. People are getting lazy with this shit, and then they send it, they'll type shit in and they won't even proofread it, and then they'll send some bullshit to you, and it'll, you know, they'll be trying to say, hey, you want to go eat, and it says, hey, you're a fucking cunt instead, because the damn thing changes shit. It doesn't put it in correctly. It fucking almost never does. Do not rely on talk to text. If you use it, proofread your shit and fix it. Donald says, yeah, the orb shit happening all the time at his house. The video he had was crap. And if it's all the time, why not get some good footage then? Yeah, I mean, I think he's full of shit, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I don't see any reason. It's just entertainment side of Bigfoot, man. He's making some shit up or something. I don't know. But I don't trust him. I don't know why anyone is. I know it says, Raptor, I don't have a problem with you. With you personally, you ask correct questions most of the time, but there are times you are flat out aggressive with your demeanor. Raptor says that Uncle Bones, Jen, Sandra Piper, 12 Pearls, and other people tend to defend all the time. All of them have been good to me. I would not attack them at all. Raptor says, I'm trying to figure out when I talk to text and I correct everything, why it changes every time I put it in the comments. By now, it says, I haven't jumped into the entertainment side. Tonight's guests were decent guests. They are actively researching out in the field. Well, I don't know, because I'm not going to Untold Radio. It's Doug Highcheck. He's entertainment side of Bigfoot. I'm not going. No. Doug Highcheck is entertainment side of Bigfoot. So that's talks a bunch of shit. He's been on fucking TV. They don't put the real deal on TV. Might as well go hang with Bobo and all them too. Actors, fakes, bullshit, entertainment people. These are. Jen says, "Thank you, Jeff. That's what I'm saying. Raptor, be we good." Hey, Jeff. Chessboard says, Lock, give me your input on the redacted channel when you can. Thank you. If I get a chance to check it out. Raptor says, and yes, I did say things on Jeff's channel. I don't know them people, but I still think they were blowing smoke up our behind. A lot of that stuff was sounds off of YouTube. Pine Island says, I'm not vain enough to think everyone should like my show. If you don't, I don't give a shit. Life goes on. I respect the point of view. I was watching your show. Didn't say I didn't like the show. I don't like Doug Highcheck. Your show doesn't belong in Doug Highcheck. If you're legit and you're real, you're keeping it real science, the real deal, Doug Highcheck is not where you belong. He's entertainment. That's not that the Untold Radio channel is no place for a legit channel. All right, folks, we're over 2 hours. I'm tired. Getting the fuck out of here. Thanks for coming. Have a good night.